I was blown away when I first saw the UMIDIGI F1. After 2 weeks of using it, here are my thoughts. Hi guys, welcome to another edition of Cyber Reviews. And today, we are going to take an in-depth look at the UMIDIGI F1 smartphone. If you haven't watched the unboxing and initial impressions video, I'll link it in the descriptions below. And I would recommend that you check that one out first, and then come back to watch this. Trust me, it is a very fun video to watch. So I put my main SIM in this phone for 2 weeks to fully test out the capabilities of the phone. And here are the things which stood out the most over the past couple of days. Performance. Though this phone is not using a high-end Qualcomm processor, which can be found in the latest flagships like the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, the Huawei P30 Pro, etc., this phone's MediaTek Helio P60 processor is quite up to speed. Yeah, pun intended. The phone felt really responsive on a day-to-day use, and I could open multiple apps in the background without noticing any hitches or lagging when using the phone. It was able to play all the top-end games that I installed on it, including Odyssey, Nitro Nation, Shadow Fight 3, and more. Games ran smoothly at the best graphics settings and only got hot once when I was playing Shadow Fight 3. And even then, I had other apps running in the background. Browsing the internet on this device is also very good. Though I noticed that sometimes when I'm browsing the internet, the screen flickers, but that is a very rare occurrence. Everyone who saw me using the phone commented about the beauty. This phone has a really good form factor. In fact, it kind of looks like what you would get if an iPhone X and a OnePlus 6T had a baby. The red color was also very impressive and eye-catching. Of course, one thing that the makers of this phone used a lot in their marketing was the battery capacity. That 5150 mAh battery was able to hold its ground. Despite the heavy gaming I did on this phone, it still lasted me on average 2 days. And the fast charging adapter which was added to this phone was a sweet inclusion. Now let's talk about the storage. I still have a lot of space available even after downloading different multiple heavy games and apps on this phone. The 128GB storage really comes in handy. In my initial review, I mentioned that the fingerprint reader was very terrible, but I guess with time my fingers have sort of come to know which position works best, so now it unlocks correctly at least 80% of the time, and it is pretty fast, though not as fast as the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus that I used in comparison. But that phone is at least $700 more expensive. The display of the UMIDIGI F1 is also pretty good, considering that it has a pretty awesome screen-to-body ratio. I love watching YouTube videos on this phone, and this phone lets me watch YouTube non-stop. With its impressive battery and great screen real estate, you can't go wrong. Of course, at this price point, the phone would have to make some compromises. This is not a phone that you would want to buy if you do product shoots for your business, like you're on Instagram and social media and stuff. This is not the kind of phone that you want. The camera is mediocre at best, and here are some of the pics which I took on the UMIDIGI F1 as compared to the same photos taken on the iPhone X. You notice that on the UMIDIGI F1, selfies come out very sharp, and it looks funny as compared to the one taken on the iPhone X. Of course, we all know the iPhone X is more expensive than the UMIDIGI, but there isn't a lot of details in the pictures that I took, and especially when there's low lighting conditions, you realize that the picture doesn't look so good. But this picture I took of the series pack looks really good. The colors and everything is really nice. So all in all, for a phone which you can get for only $200, this is a really good bargain. In conclusion, if you want a phone which looks very good, has long battery life, and can do the basic things that you need a phone for, especially the most important stuff like making and receiving calls, after all that's what we use phones for, the UMIDIGI F1 is a great buy. Congratulations to Sedode Emil for winning our giveaway. Send us a message for your phone. Thank you. Oh wow, you stayed to the end of the video. That's really nice of you. Thank you so much for watching the cyber reviews, and it would mean a lot to me, if you can just click on the subscribe button below. Click the subscribe button below. Thanks, Bebre.